Hello, this is Travis, and welcome to Tpull's Corner. Today is day 6 of Evergreen Month, where we focus on a keyword mechanic as defined by Wizards of the Coast, and today's subject is Haste. If you're brand new to Magic, you could probably go ahead and look through the last few videos that we've done. It's sort of like a masterclass in how Magic works with these keywords. If you're brand new, let's explain Haste real quick. Normally with a creature without haste, you go summon a creature to the battlefield and it's got summoning sickness. So it could defend if your opponent attacks during the opponent's next turn, but you can't really do anything else with it the turn that it comes into play. What haste does is it removes the summoning sickness so that you can run an attack the exact same turn that you bring it down immediately. This can kind of change the game a little bit. It has the potential to, because with other creatures, with regular creatures, you bring them down and your opponent thinks, okay, that's the threat. I've got to figure out till next turn what to do with it. Maybe the card that I draw is going to have the answer if I don't have it, that kind of thing. Haste really changes the equation because, no, you have the threat now, and if I decide I'm going to attack with them, you have to figure out how to deal with them now. So we're asking the question, what happens if we build a deck that's kind of focused around creatures with haste? So here's the overview. Only 17 creatures, 23 lands. 2.6, got a lot of 2-drops as you can see there. Let's go through them. We've got Blazing Volley for dealing with the red aggro decks and stuff like that come at us with a bunch of 1/1s. Claim the Firstborn. If you gain control of a creature with mana value 3 or less, you can untap that creature. That creature gains haste until end of turn, so you can actually attack with it when you get it, make it of use. 2 Raging Goblins, 1/1 hasters. 1 Mystic Repeal. This is just to throw that pesky enchantment away that you're not ready to deal with. Gingerbrute has haste himself. You can also spend a mana so he can't be blocked at the turn except by other creatures that also have haste. If we need to, we can also sacrifice Gingerbrute and gain 3 life ourselves. Fling, this kind of comes in handy with Claim the Firstborn. If we have both of these in hand at the same time, we could take control of the creature, use it to attack, and then we could sacrifice his creature that we're controlling and throw it at another creature, throw it at him, that kind of thing. Then we have Forbidden Friendship. The red dinosaur token has haste. The white human soldier does not. We have 3 copies of that. 3 copies of Nest Robber. These are very common cards to find in the regular red aggro decks as is. A couple of Scorching Dragonfires to remove the enemy opponent, along with 1 Thundering Rebuke. That's sorcery speed. This is instant speed, so we can use that on our opponent's turn. This one we have to wait till our turn. But this is also in case we have an unexpected planeswalker show up. 1 Plummet to deal with flyers. 2 Rabid Bites that will also probably be used on flyers. 4 copies of Brushfire Elemental. Now normally red doesn't have the full corner of the store on haste, but it has most of them. Brushfire Elemental is one of the ones that's dual color that has haste, so I really wanted to use that because you get to pump them up when you put land down. If your opponent does not have an answer to this early in the game, it by itself can be a game winner. Let me try and scroll down here, go through the rest of these. You'll notice when we do our decks, normally you end up with 10-11 cards where you have 4 copies of the card, and you have 1 main concept and you show what you want to do and that kind of thing. We don't do that here for these purposes. For few cards we do 4 copies, but we want to get a representative sampling of the different kind of creatures with haste. So we throw things in so there's a big assortment. So if you haven't seen a lot of these cards before, you can. Hopefully I'm going through them slowly enough. If I go a little too fast, just pause the video. But we'll also publish the deck list down below in the text, along with a link to it so you can pursue it at your leisure, and you can copy the deck and use it if you like. Okay, so Bolt Hound. This guy has haste. Whenever he attacks, all the other creatures get +1 to the power till the end of the turn. 2 Irreverent Revelers. Say that 3 times fast. That gives us a choice. We can either destroy artifact when they come in, or we can give them haste. So we'll try and keep to the haste if we can, but if there's a pesky artifact that's giving us troubles, we're going to use that. 1 copy of Relic Robber. If you haven't seen this before, when you attack him and we deal damage to the player, we give him a creature. That's the goblin construct that you see to your left, the 0/1 creature. This guy can come attack us if we want, but his default base is 0/1, so he's not going to hurt us, but he can't block. So the key is we're giving a creature, a token creature, to our opponent that does 1 point of damage to him every upkeep. This is another one that can really end the game early if the opponent doesn't block him the first couple times and he has no way of getting rid of these. You know, if you can't get rid of your own creatures, what are you going to do? One copy of Broken Wings. This gives us a choice between what we're going to destroy, if it's an artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. One charge of the Forever Beast. This is if we have say we're having a little bit of trouble getting our big creature out. We don't have enough mana yet. We've got him in our hand, but there's another big creature that's coming at us. On our turn, we could play this card. We reveal the creature card, the big card that's in our hand, and we deal that amount of damage to a target creature or planeswalker. It can sometimes make for a very nice surprise card. One copy of the legendary creature Radha, Heart of Keld. When it's our turn, she has first strike. One of the other handy things is we can see the land on the top of our library. Whatever the card is, we can see it. But if it's a land, we can actually play it if we haven't already played a land. So sometimes you have to fight your muscle memory, because if you have a land card in your hand, you have an almost automatic instinct to play it. When Radha's in play, you need to get a new habit and learn to look at the top of your deck and see if you want to play a land there first. Also, we can pump her up later. If we have 6 mana, she can get +X until end of turn, which depends on the number of lands we control. That can be devastating. This one's sort of like the other power, except it's... let me show you. The one copy of Claim the Firstborn. This is good with target creatures with mana value 3 or less. It's good to have in the early hounds. This one, let me go back. 2 copies of Tentative Connection. There's no mana limit. We can gain control of any target creature and then maybe fling it if we want to, if we have the fling spell. Rampart Smasher, just 1 copy of him. Got this in place just as sort of an answer if we need it, because night decks are popular right now. The red-white night decks are fast. Most of the white decks use Birth of Meletus, which push down a bunch of 0/4 walls all the time. We don't want to be slowed down by that. 1 copy of Thundering Chariot. We used him on our First Strike demo a couple days ago. But he also has Haste, so we're going to use that here, 1 copy of that. This is our version of target creature control. This is Clash of the Titans, this Beast of Ikoria card. The target creature fights another target creature. Notice it's not necessarily my creature that fights the opponent's creature. Maybe the opponent has 2 big creatures out, and I can get rid of them both by having them fight each other. Maybe? Now, if I've come across a deck where there are no creatures, we could be in trouble with a bunch of cards that we can't use. 1 copy of our big flying hitter, Volcanic Dragon, 4/4 with flying and haste, and the rest is lands. So that's how we're going to try it. We're about to take this deck out for a spin. Hope you stay with us. Watch the gameplay. If you like what you see, hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks. Alright, we got plenty of lands with a Brushfire Elemental. That's nice. We'll bring them down now and get in first blood. White decks can be fast. How fast are you? Pump up to a 3/3. Thank you. Eidolon of Inspiration. Nice. Except that doesn't happen during my turn. That only happens during your turn. And you can't block him. Plus, you're already dead. You were a spirit anyway. You weren't long for this world. Elspeth's Devotee. Uh-oh. You can block me if you want, right? Go ahead, I dare you. I don't know if you knew I could do this, but this is instant speed. I can get another land. and be pumped up to 5/5, and you're gone too. Oh look, another creature that can't block. What do we want to do? We want to destroy the creature with flying. And then we want to use our 1/1, activate our 3/3, and swing in with our 3/3. It's great to be young and insane. Okay, let's see. Do we have enough to bring her down now? Well, we're not going to. First strike! If you had the Planeswalker down, he could get 3/1 and he could block. As it is... Oh, you can't block that. Too bad. So sad. This is the one deck I will not complain. If you give me a Brushfire Elemental at the start, and you give me nothing but lands, I will probably love you. Magic Algorithm Sorting Deck. I sometimes think of it like the Magic Sorting Hat from the Harry Potter movies, and I'm telling it, like, no, not Slytherin, don't stick me in Slytherin. It's like, no, don't give me more land. I need spells. It's one or the other. It gives me land when I need spells, or it gives me spells when I need land. Finally! Elspeth makes an appearance. He becomes 3/1, he can block. Gets 2 about. Ugh, gross. Let's see. Till end of turn. I'm wondering if I should kill her or not. I probably should. They're tapped out, right? Let's use this while I have the mana. Target creature fights another target creature. You guys have fun with each other. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Okay, no land this time. Oh, they were down to 3 health? I was looking at their Planeswalker. Well, that's how Haste works. Hope you enjoyed that one. That was a good first start. Okay, time for round 2. We were able to show you 2 cards that had Haste, right? Let's show you some of the other cards so you get a feel for the deck. We're going to put down not the tap land because we've got a 1-drop that we can use right away. And this is what Haste is for. First Blood is ours. If they've got removal, we won't mind so much if they use removal on a 1/1 drop, right? Okay, we're going to do this because we have a 2-drop with yet another creature. Let's see. We don't have to worry about a 3-drop, so now's a good time to put down our tapped land. And I'm not sure what's going on with our opponent. They were deciding something. Maybe that's the new card they just drew. Okay, if they got some kind of board wipe, I mean, one of those cards that takes out 1/1. Oh, he has single removal. If you got a single removal for all 4 cards, that's still going to take you a while. That's a nice card. You got Death Touch and Lifelink. I'll take it. What else you got? Something bigger? The problem with Haste decks is they run out of steam quick. They're really meant to do early hits, finish you off quickly. Right now you can see if I don't have another good spell come up after this, he's still going to be alive, and with that life, he just gained more life right there. He's going to gain 3 more if he decides to attack. Maybe he's going to take it. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to save the Tentative Connection in case of something. We want to get rid of his ability to keep gaining life. We want to keep smacking him in the face. Because we're haste. That's what we do. We do it quickly. He has another one? Oh, disgusting. Alright. Let's do that. Here, you get a break for a second. He didn't do menace though, right? Gross. Also gross. And land. Who needs land? I want to hit you. Take that. I'll probably have to trade with all three of my 1/1s if he wants to attack. How do you keep getting the exact same threat? Still doesn't do menace. Yeah, this could already be the beginning of the end if I get flooded out with land from now on. But we're going to take you out if we can. Hopefully you don't have a instant to buff him up. Well, forget that. We've got no reason to hold back, but we can't use it. You got removal? You want to bother using it? In a couple of turns, he'll be right back where he was. Okay, let's see if he knows how this card works, because we found out an answer. You didn't do menace, so we can do the first strike if he attacks with Grim Dancer. It becomes irrelevant if he removes Nest Robber, though. You've got no way to activate the Chariot in that case. Well, this could be a trap. We'll take it. It seems like he has an instant, doesn't it? No, I just want past the blockers. What is that card in your hand? Why would you do that? I don't know if he read the card or knows what Thundering Chariot does. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, he's just gonna do that. It's for the evens. Okay. That was not a bad play, actually. He did know what he was doing. He just wanted to make sure he got rid of Thundering Chariot permanently. I might start saving my lands in case I get a landfall creature soon. Speak of the devil. Don't let haste go to waste. You got him, even though he's a 1/1. You use it. Clock has started again. You got 12 more turns of life. What are you gonna do? Because I'm just gonna rinse and repeat. I think that's more for a different deck. We don't have anything to bring back. How many fights do we lose? Like 10? We're all about the here and now. We're Bugs Bunny. I mean, we're making you our Eller Flood. Okay, if he's got to peer into the abyss, that could kill us, actually. We don't have enough to kill him this turn. Points. If you didn't have all that lifelink gain, you've been over already. You've been holding on to one card the whole time. Is it the Pier card? It's the Pier card. So, game over for us. That cuts our life in half, and Underworld Dreams deals the rest of the damage to us. We have a deck like that. We know how it works. And we can go through the cards that we drew, because we did have an answer to that other Underworld Dreams, right? It was to destroy an enchantment, and we didn't draw it, so it was in the bottom 20, not the top 20. Alright, we're 50-50 with the Haste deck. We've got Brushfire Elemental up front again. That means we're gonna hold back the Evolving Winds until later, because we can get 2 pump-ups out of it instead of just 1 normal from the land. Death Touch. I like that. I prefer that instead of Lifelink. Your creatures are too small. This might be a mutate deck, though. In which case he can destroy us in a couple turns, or return us to our hand, or make a sacrifice. So speed will be important here. So we're going to what color do we want to go get? We've got enough red, right? So let's go get the green. How does 10 points of damage on turn 3 sound to you? Because it's like music to my ears. Yeah, you think so? You think you might want to get rid of one of those? You might want to rethink about tapping out too. Because if you don't have another removal, the game's over. He does have another removal. And he's keeping one guy back. It's just too bad that the creatures aren't going to hang around. Say hello to each other, say goodbye. Battle. 2 more points. I don't care if you have removal. You got removal and a blocker? You do have a blocker. If I don't do this wrong... make sure I didn't do it wrong. We'll just say, good game. You can't block them both. And we're done. Ta-da! That worked out a little bit better that time, didn't it? You were fast enough. But he has Haste, and we used Haste in our Haste-themed deck. So hopefully, you learned enough about the mechanic if you weren't familiar with it. If you're a veteran, hopefully, you just enjoyed the gameplay. I like that card. I think I have 4 copies. Or at least that's my 4th copy by now, maybe. Anyway, those are our matches for the night. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to introduce a new deck built around a different metric, and we'll keep moving along on Evergreen Month here. I'm your host, Travis. Thanks for joining us at Tpull's Corner.